after the recent scare the financial markets gave us. Will Bitcoin have the strength to break upward structures and return to the value zone? Let's analyze why we consider this structure and defense zone so important, not just in Bitcoin, but also in Ethereum and the rest of the altcoins. Following the strong bearish shock that hit all financial market assets, when we experienced those sharp drops that seemed catastrophic, we've seen how the price has since regained its upward momentum. And as we mentioned in the last video, what we're evaluating is a trap within a trap. For this reason, we can see that not everything is lost. We can say that the macro bullish wave we've been analyzing for several weeks hasn't collapsed yet. We're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, and we can see how we've marked a zone throughout this process that we consider crucial. This zone is delineated by the value area low and the value area high of this process that we are currently analyzing. Let's remember that this is a macro process since we're looking at the 4-hour chart. If we zoom in a bit more, we can see how, after the sharp drop, the price has reacted precisely in this zone. And here we will pause and zoom in even further. Moving to the 1-hour time frame, we can identify a creek here. We see how this creek has been established and then confirmed multiple times. So what are we expecting here? What we expect in the coming days is continued price volatility. We've identified this zone as a key area since we see it likely that this zone will defend the price, creating a barrier. After all this volatility and as the price continues to take its time, it could be ready to gain strength and break upward with this creek. At the same time, by entering the value zone we mentioned earlier, we expect it to gain significant bullish momentum. Now let's move on to Ethereum. Notice how, unlike Bitcoin, a macro bullish phase has already collapsed after forming this entire structure. At the same time, we can see that after the sharp drop, the price has also recovered. Let's zoom in here a bit more. We'll move from the 4-hour to the 1-hour chart. Here too, the price allows us to mark a creek. Remember what we were saying about this last week.
And unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum has indeed allowed us to identify a much simpler and clearer creek. Here it is. But hey, what does our intuition tell us? It tells us that sooner or later, at some point, this will be pierced and something bigger will be created here. Honestly, we're speculating on a longer-term time consumption where long-term opportunities are going to emerge.
Therefore, looking again at the 1-hour Ethereum chart, what we're evaluating is this process, which has a creek that has been anchored and verified multiple times. Here we see how the price is compressing against this structure, against this creek. And what we can also expect here is time consumption and volatility. And why not? The price might give us a small fake out above the creek, only to re-enter and gather strength to break it to the upside. Now, let's analyze some altcoins. But before that,
welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity.
We now have Cardano on screen on the 1-hour time frame. Remember that what we were evaluating here is that after this bullish impulse, we have a corrective pattern where we can anchor the W, Y, and Z waves. Here we have the corrective patterns guideline, and this line I'm pointing to is the guideline of the Z wave. And at the same time, it's a creek that we're evaluating as an accumulation process. This creek that I'm pointing to and this guideline are two structures that we were already analyzing and evaluating last week. And regarding this, we're going to show you from a live session of Crypto Insight where we discussed this topic.
For Cardano, we need to look for this segment. Well, if it tests, if it pulls back during the test or the fake out, it becomes sellable. So, it's sellable with a tight stop loss. You already know this, to target that segment. That's the basic idea for Cardano.
Returning to the 1-hour Cardano chart, let's first do a quick recap. We had a sharp drop followed by a strong bearish impulse where a creek was anchored and later confirmed multiple times. Here we're also expecting the price to continue ranging before gathering strength to move upward. We can see that this bearish impulse is forming a corrective pattern with a hidden guideline, which was recognized in recent days. The corrective pattern already has a W and a weak Y, and we're now waiting for the Z to form. This Z wave is what would give us the bullish impulse we're also anticipating in the rest of the assets. So what can we expect here? Well, we can expect the price to continue moving back and forth, possibly giving us a fake out above the creek, and then finally gaining the strong bullish momentum we're expecting in Cardano and the other assets. We now have DOT on screen. Let's see what's happening here. We have a recent low followed by a fake out below this low. And coincidentally, we're also evaluating a trap within a trap in Bitcoin. We can see where and how this was confirmed. There was a sharp drop followed by a recovery, and here, the buying strength started to fade. However, it confirmed this level first. So what we're evaluating for DOT is the formation of a slightly more macro structure that, in essence, is a bearish trap. During this formation process, it might gather enough strength to break this guideline to the upside, perhaps confirming it, and then we'll look upward again. Lastly, we have the Solana chart on screen, this time on the daily time frame. We can see that, similar to Bitcoin, the bullish Z-wave we've been evaluating for several weeks is still intact, as its guideline hasn't been broken. However, there has been every intention to break it, but what we've noticed is that they ran out of selling pressure, which then led to a rebound with a bullish impulse. Let's zoom in a bit and switch to the 1-hour time frame. Here we can see two structures we consider significant. The first is this creek, which, as you might guess, is what we'll attempt to break to the upside. The second is this defense zone, which we see as a crucial area likely to be defended. So what can we expect? We expect the price to enter a range as well. And while we anticipate that this defense zone will hold, we might see a bearish fake out before gaining momentum and aiming for a breakout above the creek. So let's recap. What are we seeing across the entire crypto ecosystem? We're seeing a rebound following the strong bearish impulse. And this bearish impulse we're talking about came in the form of a trap. After the rebound, we expect the market to continue ranging, showing volatility, and even presenting us with more bearish traps before gaining strength and aiming to break the structures to the upside. If you enjoyed this advanced technical analysis, let me know in the comments. Also, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon so you don't miss future analyses. Share this video with your friends and other trading and crypto communities so more people can improve their trading. Good luck with your positions and see you next time.